Today, we are reacting to When COD Zombies Used to Have Anxiety by Wheezy. So, I found this video very interesting. I haven't played COD Zombies in quite a while since Black Ops 2, and occasionally I have played like a couple other zombies, like just randomly. Like, I played some Advanced Warfare zombies, and I played some Black Ops 4 zombies, Black Ops 3 when they were all released at a friend's house. So I do not have very good memories of like later zombies past Black Ops 2. But Black Ops 2 was the shit for me. Like, oh my god, I had so much fun just playing with some friends that were all into Call of Duty. And I just remember waking up in the morning playing Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 like right before school, getting a lot of rounds in, and also playing after school, just having fun, enjoying the mode, and trying to do the Easter eggs, and looking up YouTube because most of the time I would not succeed in doing the Easter eggs. I was like, screw this, I'm just looking it up on YouTube. But yeah, let's just watch his video because I would like to see how zombies has changed to not have as much anxiety.
In the face of anxiety, it can be very hard to deal with. When we talk about it in zombies, it's a good struggle. Almost like you're playing a horror game and you have adrenaline pumping through your veins at the highest moments. You could say this is what defines all the fun in the entire mode. And you could say that over time, we started seeing less and less of it, making it a not so fascinating time. So what is this anxiety? What does it do to us in a typical match? And how does it impact the game?
Makes me scared as hell and being like, fuck! No! I don't want to start this over, but also, I got the great gun, I got the ray gun, I got the uh wonder weapon. Like, damn. Aside from the ray gun, I would hardly ever get wonder weapons. Like, only a few rare times that I get, I forget what that giant cannon gun is, but I would get that one. Yeah, I don't know all the other weapons by memory, but man, I hardly ever got any of
Game.
them.
Okay, let's set the scene.
Literal chills this is giving me because I love World at War. Like, I never played World at War online. Well, that's a lie. I played World at War later online, but I remember buying it like near the release date and playing through the shit through the campaign. But I didn't have Xbox Live back then. And man, this was one of my favorite Call of Duties at the time.
You're by yourself, playing alone in the dead of night. And you're also on World at War, which already has a haunting menu.
Literally me, yeah. Dead of night, like staying up at 12 p.m. either past my bedtime or during the weekend. Oh my god, so many memories coming back to me.
You set your eyes on the map. Der Reese.
Unfortunately, this wasn't my experience because I only had the one map since I didn't have Xbox Live at the time. So it was
At
where is
War,
it?
which already has a haunting menu. You set
Noctur Untoden.
your eyes on the map. Der Reese. And at this moment, you had a hint of bravery coursing through you.
I don't know why he's describing me so well at that time. Also, the first time playing these maps ever was at my uncle's house. Like, I had one of those cool uncles that was all into games and that would get the newest game whenever they could, and that had a lot of classic games. And so he was the first one that I knew of that had Xbox Live and would buy DLC before it was cool. He was like, I don't know how you say it, like up to date, like technology smart. Like, he knew what to do already at that early time of the 360's life cycle. Yeah, I found it so crazy going from that tiny little map into this big old area. It's like compared to the Noctur der Untoden, it's like this was just a new experience and like 10 times more creepy than that map.
From the very beginning, you're put to the test. If you're a newer player, or just a noob, these first few rounds may be fine for you, but you'll quickly start to face more zombies that also get tougher and faster with low ammo.
Shit, running low on ammo!
At this point, you either cave in and stop here while trying to convince yourself you're not scared.
Dude, I'm not scared.
I swear, yeah, this must be a common thing between people when they were young or just being new to the game, being like, oh man, am I gonna leave the game?
Or you still convince yourself you're not scared, but instead of leaving, you think of your opportunities. In this case, you have two doors that once opened have even more choices. Or you have two weapons that you could invest in if you trust your own capabilities.
Nah, don't fucking invest in those weapons. Those weapons are ass, and might as well invest in the door and then buy the
of
next
surviving.
weapon.
But how this involves anxiety is that these are quick decisions in moments where your control over the zombies is starting to slip away.
Although I did like the look of that weapon, the rifle. I did always like pick that up just for the shits and giggles because I like to role play as a soldier, just aiming down, being like, they're coming.
Which means moments of weakness come, and you can quickly get overwhelmed by a relentless horde. To the ordinary zombies player, this typically isn't their demise. They make it further by opening doors and fortifying themselves with stronger weapons.
I love the Thompson. That was like one of my go-to guns to pick up for the early rounds before the ray gun and the light machine gun or heavy machine gun, I don't know. And yeah, that's just one of my go-to weapons with like I think the uh MP95 or the MP5, I don't remember what it was called.
But this is still a time before getting access to your comfortable juggernaut. You see, in the games of World at War, all the way to Black Ops 2, you could only afford 2 very quick hits before experiencing mental pain of losing all your progress.
That's funny.
So you can't just mess around because any small mistake could lead you to a corner with no way out.
Yep.
Because of this, we have this growing anxiety that can do a lot of the talking for you. You won't be as brave to make the hard decisions necessary. This feeling is undeserved in later games like Black Ops 3 where things are much more graceful. That's because of these addicting things called cheat codes that can give you everything on round 1. It's basically as if I were to start entering console commands and started speedrunning. You could.
Yeah, I remember like when I went over to my friend's house and like right before the round began, he said, "Hey, pick some of these gobble gums and like go for it." I was like, "What the hell are these?" And when I read some of those ability, I'm like, "Damn, those are superpowers."
Could say it's a drug for zombie players. They get hooked on the idea of having all this power early on, and once they can't have their perkaholic anymore, they start tweaking.
They start tweaking.
They cheat themselves and most likely end the game early due to boredom. And yes, while you're free to do and enjoy what you like, this takes away the satisfaction and adrenaline pumping moments of progression. But in our case of World at War,
Hold on, wait.
this takes away the.
Is it that green perk? Wait, last 1 minute, all purchases are free. Oh, so he's just running through the map, purchasing all the doors at one? Damn.
The satisfaction and adrenaline pumping moments of progression. But in our case of World at War Reese, what you do is deserved. While you were a sissy early on in your zombies career going down on round 4, eventually you would get the hang of handling your anxiety in this thing called surviving. You got a feel for when and what decisions you should make.
Don't mess with the Marine!
You were racking up enough points to move forward and progress to the next part of the game. This stage is what I will describe as the anxiety relief.
The jingle. Yeah, this one I would get very rarely. I think the time I would get this one the most is during, what's that map called? The snowy one. Ah man, I can't get to it right now in my head, but I remember it now. It was Call of the Dead. Yeah, that map. But I would get a few times on this map, but mostly on Call of the Dead.
At some point, you have to conquer your fears and come out on top with control over an entire zombie horde. If you made good choices, then you will have an easier time getting closer to the end game. What these choices are doing is removing some of that heavy weight on your shoulders from having to be extra cautious in those pesky early rounds. Essentially, you're cashing in your hard work, and now, you got power. Typically, a player's first choice will be investing in Juggernog or trying to get a decent weapon from the mystery box. But there's some risk involved in those decisions that could lead you to terrible situations. Let's say we have Timmy, who's going for Juggernog.
Timmy.
He decided that he wanted to be safer and be able to tank 5 hits from the zombies. So he said forget about hitting the mystery box. This investment into Juggernog will cost him 2,500 points compared to the 950 it cost to spin the mystery box and possibly get a really good weapon.
A weapon worthy only of heroes.
The great thing about different maps is that Juggernog could be incredibly hard to obtain or stupid easy depending on the location they are in. In the case of Darius, it's in a pretty tough spot if you decide to go get it mid-round. Timmy could have his 2,500 points saved up, purchase Juggernog, and as he's drinking it, get absolutely clobbered.
Yeah, why would Timmy not wait until after the round or like make his way there like during 80-90% when there's only a few zombies left? Because Timmy's an idiot.
And if he's able to be revived, he will realize he has no Juggernog, no 2,500 points, and now almost nothing to stop the stronger zombies. Basically, he's screwed. Now let's introduce Jimmy,
Jimmy.
who's going to get the mystery box. He doesn't have to sit around saving as many points and could hit the box early. In his mind, he's thinking he could get the ray gun, maybe the window off, or just a decent enough gun to hold him over. And he gets Molotovs.
This is no weapon for a warrior.
Okay, well, he has enough for another go at the box, and yep, he got the Kar 98. Now both Timmy and Jimmy's decisions aren't looking so good. If they were some seasoned or lucky players, then they could easily deal with these situations. But they are some of your average Joes, and this choice now may decide the fate of all their early hard work, which could be the game over screen. But certainly, these are very specific situations. Both Timmy and Jimmy could make better
Who's gonna be the next character? Let's see. Jimmy, Timmy, Kimmy? Maybe?
decisions to get what they want. Timmy could have played it safer, waiting for the end round to get
Timmy.
jugged. And Jimmy could have recognized his gambling addiction and instead invested in a wall weapon
Gambling
before
addiction.
spinning the box. Most importantly, these good decisions are leading to power over your environment. You now may not be so afraid to run around, or you're confident in holding your ground without the fear of running out of ammo anytime soon. This is where the tide of the match starts to turn, and you now have started conquering your anxiety and mowing through zombies like someone who was deeply hurt by them.
Deeply hurt by them.
But again, in a world such as Black Ops 3, where a lot of this anxiety is removed or dumbed down, there's no satisfaction.
I'm like, wow, why is he showing this map? Because this is a Black Ops 2 map. But then I remember that they made like that updated remastered DLC for at least some of the Black Ops 2 maps on Black Ops 3. So I guess, yeah, I understand.
From accomplishment.
But still, yeah, this is a Black Ops 2 map, so wouldn't the same problems be in Black Ops 2? Unless he's talking about the Gobblegums, which are then in Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2 maps.
You don't conquer anything because there wasn't much to conquer from the start. You didn't go through the struggles that poor Timmy and Jimmy had to go through. And while they were learning from their mistakes and earning their progress, you were towering over every zombie since round 1. I put a lot of negative attention on this game with how they handled anxiety, and I must state that this game is still incredibly fun and was the peak for a lot of players. But recognizing that the anxiety we've been talking about just isn't there as much as it should. It feels way easier of a game, and that creates a problem when you jump from title to title. There are some brief moments in each map where you can activate hidden music Easter eggs. Rather than being some boring background music, it's the opposite where it's intended to pump you up.
I love 115, my favorite song. Now, I don't know if like any of the songs got even better than that, but man, I remember when you can just like download 115 for free on all your devices back when Black Ops 2 came out.
These have always been special, but it's another tool for the player to help fight against the anxious moments. People like Timmy and Jimmy would have great relief and were able to grab a hold of their senses anytime a kick-ass song would come on. All of a sudden, your performance is motivated by the sheer presence of music. I might be overanalyzing this, but to the fans who have played most of the games, was the music Easter egg a better reward in the older titles? Anxiety is what gets us on the edge of our seats, scared of being chased by a horrifying, screaming monster. But instead of being on the constant run, you have the opportunity to rise up and conquer the fear that those screaming zombies put you in. It's a challenge, and at times it may even be more difficult to overcome. But that was the early soul of the game. Give the player obstacles that challenge their own fears, with the opportunity to overcome it and take over the game. This was the original core. When the direction went into an easier experience, is when that core started to become a classic to only the first few games.
Alright. That was pretty good. I enjoyed that. I mean, I can't exactly like contend with him on this since he would probably know a lot better than me, but yeah, that seemed like a pretty good video. Yeah, I don't know. He basically summed up my childhood experience. I haven't played any of the older Black Ops in a while, and this is kind of giving me an itching to play them, so maybe I'll play them soon and agree with his takes, but until then, that was a pretty good video. Very entertaining. If you guys enjoyed the video, this video is called When COD Zombies Used to Have Anxiety by Wheezy. Make sure to give him a like, maybe subscribe to him, and yeah, just help support this guy because I thought that was a pretty good, well-made video. And if you guys enjoyed my reaction, please make sure to follow me on all my social medias, like my Twitter, my Twitch, my YouTube, my DLive, my TikTok, my Kick, Rumble, Odyssey, and Dailymotion. Make sure to check out my second YouTube channel, and like and comment on all my videos, and even join my Discord. There you can stay up to date with everything that you see, where's my streams, videos, or anything else. I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.